I'm Todd Hollenshead. I'm the president at id Software, and we're here at QuakeCon 2010. QuakeCon has a very interesting history and is really one of the size it is now. Sort of is almost sort of is misleading into its humble beginnings, because really the first QuakeCon was a bunch of guys that got together, came to Mesquite, which is where id Software is located, to basically celebrate the launch of the original Quake back in the summer of 1996. Went to a hotel room, basically ran out of money, and then emailed Carmack and asked him to come over and speak. And by the way, can you give us $400 or whatever it was for the hotel stuff that they needed? So John came over, and the first QuakeCon keynote that Carmack gave was in a parking lot at a hotel in Mesquite. And it's important, that we remember that. I think it is that where QuakeCon started, because it's very much a grassroots type of event. It's almost the opposite of E3, even though we have E3 style presentations, panels, game shows, demos, sponsors, exhibitors, etc. But it really is still an event to this day that is about the fans more so than anything else. We like to have the media here because they cover the event, and I think it gets the news out that we're trying to things that we talk about, games that we show at the event, and that obviously puts attention on sponsors, etc. But really, QuakeCon is about the fans, and in fact, still without the volunteer staff, which is comprised of fans of the company, fans of the event, we couldn't pull it off. QuakeCon is actually the largest LAN party in North America. The BYOC is completely free, so and it's always interesting to me to see people bring their PCs to the hotel, hook them up on a LAN, and then play literally for 72 hours straight. So it's definitely a decidedly PC-centric crowd here. Although we are broadening up a little bit. We have some consoles in the BYOC as well. There's the console area, and of course Rage we're releasing on multiple platforms. So the PC, the 360, the PlayStation 3. So the company in terms of our focus has changed. But certainly when you're talking about a LAN party, you're going to have a disproportionate number of fans that are really hardcore PC enthusiasts. The overclocking sessions, the PC culture, and all of that is, I think it's on full display at QuakeCon, because just you have guys that just bring their regular PCs and monitors and stuff like that, but then you also have guys that are really proud of everything that they do with their PC, with everything from decorating their case to overclocking their cards to doing creative stuff with it, wherever it's like if they're a fan of a game, they trick it out to be a certain way. And of course, you even have guys that are like, they do some super monster machine that, for all intents and purposes, you really have to have it's games that are driving it, because people want to have the most ridiculous resolution at the highest frame rate possible, especially in competitive gaming, so that you have a sort of a advantage over your opponent, because you want to be running the game as fast as possible. And so I think it's the guys that are inspired by that. It's cool to see it. I think me personally, I've gotten a little more into sort of the decoration aspect of it than all of the engineering that goes into how you have to cool the PCs when you've got all the heat that you're generating by doing stuff that sometimes I think that maybe the boards that they have in the boxes weren't really meant to do. When you see boxes with 8 fans on the back of it and some sort of water cooling system, they got like a bucket of ice beside it, because otherwise the thing's going to catch on fire. It's almost like drag racing your PC, right? Is that you just push it to the point where it's going to blow up if you push it any further. We work together with all of our hardware vendors, and Intel certainly has been a key partner of id's over the years in terms of their support for us, not only events like QuakeCon and sponsorship of tournaments and things like that, but also literally disclosing their highest level of confidentiality in terms of their what the plans for their CPUs are going forward. John has been an Intel fan for a long time, and there's a give and take relationship there too, which is that John really is open with sharing with Intel, like hey, if he's seeing something that he doesn't think is running as like he wants it to because of some CPU issue or whatever, he'll send the code over to him, or they'll disclose to John, hey, here's here's this issue or that issue, or what do you think about this idea, and he'll tell them this is what I think. So I think that helps out the Intel engineers as well as helps us make sure that our games are better.